Good morning, folks. The Snowman and me and the Snowman are on our way to Pickwick Lake. We are pre-fishing for a couple days for the BFL Regional. I'm super excited. I'm jumping in the boat with Brock Bila today. I'm not sure if I'm fishing with him tomorrow. I may fish with somebody else, yet to be decided. I'm looking forward to this trip. It's gonna be fun. Everybody gets to fish 2 days. There's gonna be, I don't know, probably 160 to 180 boats in the tournament. So the top 12 after day 2 get to fish at day 3, and then the top 6 after day 3 get to fish the BFL All-American. And that is a dream of mine, to at least fish the All-American one time. So we've got an opportunity this weekend.
Honestly, I don't know if you remember this, Ron, but we were sitting in the Nashville airport.
You know, we're still several hours out. Got a late start. Spent most of the evening editing. Had to get some video together. But we're making our way. Got overcast conditions today. It's supposed to get in the mid to upper 70s. Tennessee River in the fall can be very tough. I talked to Brock last night and he's found some fish. So we're going to be doing some, you know, just bar fishing basically. He said there's no grass in the lake, which is kind of disappointing. I was looking forward to maybe doing some punching, some frogging, but from what Brock was saying, the grass is non-existent. So I imagine it's going to set up a little bit like Kentucky Lake. You know, the whole goal today is to figure out how to catch fish behind Brock. He likes the live scope, so that's a good scenario for me because it's a possibility that I will draw somebody in the tournament that will be doing the same thing. And it's good to prep for that kind of stuff with somebody that's doing it real time. And you know, you just got to find a couple baits that you feel like you can catch a few fish behind somebody that's doing that, and that's certainly what we're going to try to do today. So I'm gonna put the camera down so I can focus on driving. Got to make a few detours here, and we'll see you on the water. If you have not subscribed to the channel, it would be greatly appreciated, and a thumbs up is always appreciated. Creek. All right, we made it. All right, we made it to the boat ramp. We're at Cane Creek boat ramp, kind of mid-lake area, and waiting for Brock to pick me up. Man, I gotta take a leap. Whoa, that was a long drive. Over 4 hours, about 4 hours and 40 minutes. Here's the facility. Nice long boat ramp. It's pretty back here. It's peaceful. Just a little creek. There's the main lake right out there. Looks like the lake might be up a little bit, I'm thinking. I don't know, but I'm ready to go wet a line, man. So I gotta suit up, get all my gear ready, and I'm just gonna bring it down here, and hopefully he'll be here shortly. Let's go catch some fish, or at least go look around. Try to get an idea of what Brock's planning on doing for the tournament.
Launching out of Tennessee, so if you come up here, which most of the lakes is Alabama, catch fish in Alabama and then bring it back to Tennessee, you need a Tennessee license.
Okay. I wasn't really sure. All right, folks, we made it to the lake, jumped in the boat with Brock, and we're gonna make a little run. We're gonna fish the tail race. This is an area that I've never fished. I've always wanted to. And we got a little bit of some sketchiness in mind. We're gonna hopefully not bang around, but we're gonna try to get to a spot that's could be hard to get to, but we'll see. We'll have it all documented. Overcast conditions. It's a little bit humid out here, but like 70 degrees. So it's nice. It feels like fall. Just glad to be out of the stupid truck and sitting in a bass boat. So we're idling out. We're gonna put the sucker on pad, and he's assured me we can catch drum. So you'll at least see some drum fish catches, if nothing else. But hopefully we'll catch a few bass too along the way.
I think you texted me. I apologize for not getting back to me on that one. I'm straight from Alabama or from Florida for the canceled event. I came up to Pickwick to fish the region. So I've been
You got to pick up the phone when Ken Duke calls.
So I apologize on that.
So when Ken Duke calls, you got to pick up the phone, right?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta call.
Shut down the middle of the river and pick up the phone, man.
I can make some time for him.
That's right. That's right. He's the man. That current's like, you can really feel that current.
It is a lot stronger than it was the last time I was up.
Yeah, it's pushing the boat around. Are you sure you know what you're doing?
No, not at all. We're just here to figure it out.
I literally just drove down here and got in the boat with this guy, and look what he's got me into. He's trying to drown me. I'm gonna get the proper license though, just in case they have to pull my body out of the river. They'll know I was legal. So I don't wanna put my last name in vain by being a cheater. Look at this, it's rowdy down through here. It doesn't take long to start floating, does it? So you always use the blue?
That's my. I like the blue.
Yeah. I need to play around with that more. I just recently started using that moss color. Kind of.
Double points deal. I actually have a chance of winning AOI. We're not fishing St. John's, and we're just doing Lake the Ozarks double points.
I didn't know how that was working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, I have to like win it. But
You got what? Welcher and Cook there, right?
Welcher, Cook.
The irony, the foreshadowing of this tournament. The first cast I made in practice was all the way up by the dam, and I had no idea, but the last day of the tournament, that would be the place where we spent the entire day. So everything comes around full circle. This was an area I'd really wanted to fish. I'd heard about it, but never actually made that run up to that area. And man, it's moving. They're pulling like 90,000. So the river has definitely got some current, and it's alive up there. It's trippy, man. It just, everything's loud and you got a lot of current. Unfortunately, I lost the audio on the chest cam. I don't know exactly what happened, but I was in a hurry to get my fishing license while we were up there below the dam. So I'm going to talk through the whole thing, just kind of do some commentary over the practice video with Brock. And we got up there, you know, it's amazing how fast that current pulls your boat downstream. I had a Tennessee license, but I didn't have an Alabama license. So we ran up to the base of the dam, and I'm sitting here on my phone trying to get this license going before I fish. And I looked up expecting to be 30, 40 yards away from the wall, you know, the actual face of the dam. And we were several hundred yards away from it. So it's amazing how much force there is in that river. And Brock's catching fish. You know, he said we were going to catch some drum, and he was right. You know, he's steadily catching drum. He caught several drum up there, throwing a big swim bait. You know, it was fun. You know, by the time I really got up and started fishing, we had already drifted away from the juice spots, and we stayed up there for a little bit longer. But Brock already knew he wasn't going to make that run. You know, he just felt like it was something he wanted to go up there and check. Didn't feel right. He'd had some successful days prior to the day that we fished together, so he kind of already had a different pattern that he was wanting to run. But we just wanted to go up there and check that, and that's what we did. It was cool to go up there. It was really cool because that's where I ended up fishing the final day of the tournament, and it's like you just never know, man. You never know what's going to happen. It's a mystery. So we left that area and we made our way back down river, and we were just kind of fishing some, you know, some bars. He's looking at them, and we're just making some casts and stuff. And we pulled in through some of these little islands, and there was a little hard spot. You know, he was casting at it. I think he broke off, but he was retying. He said, "Hey, jump up here in the front of the boat," and had it on spot lock. So I look up there, and you know, on the forward facing sonar, and I see some fish up there. I make my cast out there, a little shaky head, and I get the nice bite. I mean, I get that nice hard thump, set the hook, and it's a big fish. You know, I'm like, yeah, this thing's got some shoulders to it. Fighting it, you know, it only takes about 10 seconds to figure out it wasn't a bass. It never jumped, and we're fishing pretty shallow water, but it was a Mondo drum. But you know, catching it on, I had 10-pound test on that rod, little shaky head. It was fun. You know, it wakes you up. It's good to get your line stretched, man. Doesn't matter what species of fish it is, and there's a lot of drum in that system. So that was fun. We caught that drum, left that area, worked our way back down river, and you know, Brock is throwing he's throwing a big clutch glide bait. You know, I'd heard about clutch, never really seen the baits in action, and they're quality made bait. Got a lot of good action. And actually the dude that I believe it's the guy that owns Clutch, I'm not sure, but he pulls up in the wrapped Clutch boat, and we had a pretty good conversation. He did some tweaking to the glide bait, just put some weight on it, and we're just kind of checking out the action and the roll and stuff. Just do a little on the water testing, which is pretty cool. I got to see all that go down. Got to talk to him. Good dude. Good dude. He's making a good product.
All right, folks, midday update. The drum bite is on fire out here. He just hooked up with a small keeper, largemouth on a glide bait, and I'm yet to catch a bass, but we're staying off the juice. I mean, you don't want to win practice, so we're just bouncing around, marking a lot of stuff. Enjoying the day out here. What's the water temps?
77, 78.
Okay, water temps 77, 78. Pretty much halfway bluebird skies. Partly sunny, partly cloudy. What do you call it? Partly cloudy, partly sunny?
Partly cloudy.
Partly cloudy. And we're just bouncing around, trying a bunch of different things.
We fished some bluff walls. You know, Brock caught one or two on those bluff walls. He's got a unique way of working that glide bait. And then we pulled up on another bar, and you know, ended up getting some bites and catching some fish on that shaky head. Just casting that hard stuff, you know, just tops of these bars or sides of these bars, a lot like Kentucky Lake, you know, Pickwick's Tennessee River, so it does have a good population of bass that live offshore. You know, I'd say a lot of the bass live offshore, so we're just doing the typical, like, you know, shallow ledge type stuff. And you know, I got my line tied a couple times, so that was good. Had a lot of fun out there with Brock. He's a good dude, baitworks guy. You know, he's fishing the MPFL this year, 2024. He's sitting pretty good in the points, and they've got the last tournament of the year on Lake of the Ozarks. And we had some great conversations. It's unfortunate that my audio was jacked up. I think what was happening was I was in such a hurry to get my fishing license that I didn't push my microphone, my external mic, all the way in the jack. So we lost that, but it's basically what we did. You know, he threw a glide bait in the minnow, a big swim bait up there by the dam most of the time, and I threw an A rig, I threw a Carolina rig, shaky head, little Cumberland Pro Lures jig, and I was just trying to figure out, you know, what I can do behind him to catch some fish, because you know, he did a lot of forward facing sonar, and there's a good possibility that I was going to draw somebody in the tournament that was doing that. And actually, day 2 of the tournament, I did draw an MPFL angler that was looking at him, so it was good to practice with Brock to get a feel of how the lake laid out. And the main thing was the current. You know, I've been on Pickwick a few other times, but they weren't pulling that much current, and that was a different scenario. You know, you didn't have grass. Last time I was on Pickwick, there was a lot of grass. There was hardly any grass at all this time, and they were pulling a lot of current. So there's 2 different variables from the prior times that I've fished on that. But that's basically how day 1 of practice went. Bounced around, sampled a few things, and had a good time, man. Had a good time.
All right, that's a wrap on day 1. Practice, had a lot of fun out there with Brock. You know, we stayed off of his juice because you definitely don't want to win practice. He's got a lot of places that have fish. So basically, to wrap the day up, or just to recap, we just did a lot of scanning, marked individual stumps, and that's kind of what he was planning on doing. Just that Tennessee River scoping deal, man. Just running as many little brush piles and stumps and things as possible. He's got a couple other places that he's going to check out, but I had fun, man. It was good to get in a boat with him, and you know, caught a few fish. The drum bite was phenomenal up there by the dam. That was something I'd always wanted to do, never got a chance to run up there, but the current's insane, man. It's you got to be on your toes, man. Once you let off the trolling motor, that boat gets moving pretty fast. But this is where we're staying at. Several of the guys are coming tomorrow. Just gonna be me and Ed tonight, and then JoJo and a couple other guys are coming tomorrow evening. So tournaments Thursday and Friday, and then the top 12 fish Saturday. Man, I'm wore out. I've had a long day, got up early, and I'm ready to go get some food and then take a shower and just kind of relax. So day 2 practice video tomorrow. Once again, thumbs up and a subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. See you in the morning.